Good afternoon, boys and girls, and today we are doing our second part of writing for this week. Yesterday, you were tasked to write down 3 different times and think about a time you went through something difficult. And what lesson did you learn from that time? So you're supposed to come up with 3 ideas that has happened in your own personal life. And now today, you are to pick one that you think that you'll be able to write a lot about. And you are going to watch me model the thinking of how this writing process is going to go. So for my challenging time that I learned a good lesson was from a time when I was swimming in a competition in college and how I overcame my biggest challenge, which was to swim under a minute. So 60 seconds, I have to swim my fastest for 4 laps. So that is the time that I chose, and that is the time that I'm going to be writing about for this writing process. So to help us with the writing process, we are going to be starting with what kind of feelings go through your mind and your body while you are going through this type of event. So if you were to look on the left-hand side of the screen, we know what these feelings are. Happy, sad, angry, shocked, tired, hot, cold, frightened. We know what those words are. But when we are talking about these feelings in writing, we want to use very interesting details so that we can mentally picture it in our own heads when we are reading it. So, for example, for happy, you can see that examples and details of what a person looks like when they're happy is a smile on their face, their heart leaps out of their chest, jumping up and down, hands clasped together, eyes are wide open. And then, so, because when you can see these, when you read these words, you know exactly what happy looks like. And that is what we are trying to put into our writing for this type of writing when we are struggling through something. Because when we struggle through something, we go through a lot of emotions. We want to be descriptive on how we say those emotions. And then sometimes there might be a time when you're frightened. I'm going to go all the way to the bottom. So kind of like with Jabari jumps, heart pounding, eyes are wide open, you start to sweat, your knees feel very weak, you got butterflies in your stomach, and your mouth drops open. Oh my goodness. So you already know that there are so many different descriptive words that can describe a feeling, okay? And that is what we're going to be practicing with writing into our notes for today. So again, on this empty space on the right-hand screen, I am just going to be writing a couple of notes about what I was feeling during the time where I could not make my goal, which was to swim 4 laps in a pool under a minute. Very hard. So all that I am doing, boys and girls, is just writing quick little notes. The sentences might not even make sense, and that is okay, because it's not going to be perfect. I'm just getting all my ideas down and onto the computer or paper or whatever you're going to be working on. Okay? So I'm going to start off with, I'm going to say the goal, the swimming goal was to swim 4 laps under a minute. And the types of feelings before I was able to accomplish that goal, well, there was, I felt, and you don't want to just say, I felt angry, I felt frustrated, because that's kind of boring. I mean, no one wants to read a story. It's just like, I felt hungry, I ate, I'm done. No, it's boring. So we want to make sure we're using descriptive words. So yes, I will say that I was angry. I was angry, but I'm going to be using descriptive words. So I clenched my teeth in frustration. I wasn't able to reach my goal yet. Another one. Another one, it's not even on here, but usually when I get upset and frustrated, my face gets really hot. So that's what I'm going to say. Face gets very hot. Also, when I get very upset, I also not only do I get frustrated at the same time, but I also get sad at the very same time. So I'm going to use eyes welled up. When eyes welled up, that means like there's a bunch of water and tears coming out of your eyes. So I'm going to say eyes welled up. Also, okay. And boys and girls, again, these are just quick notes of just trying to get my thoughts down of all the different types of feelings of what it would look like if you were to picture this all in your head when I'm going to write my final piece, okay? And so let's think of some other things. Because then when the actual competition started, I was very nervous. So my heart was pounding so hard it felt like it was coming out chest. There were butterflies in my stomach because that's how nervous I was. And this is all images that you should be able to see of how I was actually feeling during this time. All right. So, and remember, I'm focusing on the emotions in the middle of my story. I'm not working on the beginning. I am not working on the end. Today's focus, we are focusing on the middle part of our story, the main event, okay? Because the main event of my story is that I was frustrated that I could not reach my goal. And then once I got to my competition, I was very nervous and whether or not I was going to achieve my goal or not. So that is all tied into the main event. And that is what you, boys and girls, are going to be focusing on today. So those are the notes that I am going to be working later to help me write a paragraph on just the middle part of my story. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and then stop this right now. Oh, this clear. Okay. And then now, boys and girls, it is your turn. So what you are going to be doing on Schoology, you're going to do exactly what I did, was that you are going to be using descriptive words to kind of help you get started and write notes about what you were feeling during your time of struggle. You're just writing notes. But then, if you feel comfortable, in which you should, then you're going to take those notes and you're going to put them into a nice descriptive paragraph. So that paragraph is basically the meat of your writing, okay? Because then tomorrow we're going to go over the middle part of my writing, just so then you can see what it looked like coming back together. All right? So it was great teaching you this lesson for today, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Farewell.